Hey everyone, it's official. In 2022, I will be attempting a through hike of the Pacific Crest Trail. So here's the backstory a little bit. I've been thinking and planning and hoping to do this seriously for about 8 months or so. This dream started when I was 19. I grew up in Seattle and graduated from Kirkland High School and went to, and when I was 19, I would go backpacking almost every summer, every weekend. I was up in the Cascades backpacking. And back then, I didn't even have a tent. I'd take some plastic, I'd make a shelter. I just loved it. And there were these two lakes that I'd hike up to. They were Hope Lake and Mig Lake. And those two lakes happened to be right on the Pacific Crest Trail. I remember seeing the Pacific Crest Trail's emblem up there, and I thought, what's that? And back then I researched it and found out that the Pacific Crest Trail is a continuous trail that starts in Mexico, on the border of Mexico, Campo, California, and goes 2,650 some odd mile all the way to the border of Canada. And it goes, through California, Oregon, and Washington. And I thought, someday I'm going to hike that trail. And here we are, 41 years later, and it looks like 2022 is going to be the year I do that. Last year, I turned 60, and I'm diabetic, and I have some separate videos on my channel here about my diabetic journey, and I'll be talking a little bit about what it is to be a diabetic, insulin-dependent type 1 diabetic hiking the Pacific Crest Trail on a through hike, how I keep my insulin, how I keep it safe and cool, what my blood sugars are, the impact on hiking on them, my diet, all that. So if you're interested in that journey, that diabetic journey on the Pacific Crest Trail, hit subscribe and hit the bell and get notified of when I post new videos, because I'm going to vlog along the trail. Back in November, I went on when the PCTA opened up their lottery for through hiking permits, and they gave out 35 permits a day for the first 3 months March, April, and May. And I waited for an hour and a half. I finally got in, and not only was my desired start date not available, there weren't any dates available. They were all filled up, all 35 slots taken, and I was kind of depressed. I was like, oh man, because you can hike the Pacific Crest Trail without that through hiking permit from the PCTA, but you've got to get like some 20 odd different permits through national parks and national forests and stuff, and you can't get them all online. You've got to go to ranger stations along the way, get off trail, go to a ranger station, try to get a permit, and it's not guaranteed you'll get the permit. And hiking without a permit, that's sketch. You don't want a ranger to ask for your permit, and you're like, yeah, no, I don't have one. Not a good scenario. You get kicked off the trail. I don't even know if you can get fined, probably. So big relief in January when I logged on and they gave out another 15 permits per day for those 3 months, for a total of 50 per day. And I got in, and not only was I successful in filling an application out, I got the desired start date I wanted. So it all came together, and big relief, because getting all those individual permits is just a logistical nightmare, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I've got my, about 3 weeks later, they approve your application or not, and they approved my application. So now it's official. I can legit hike the trail with a permit. So then the next thing is, well, can I physically do it? And I don't delude myself that it's going to be an attempted through hike, but I think I can finish it, and I think I can do the whole thing. And Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. I think I can. So I think I'm right. I'm going to be successful hiking that, and getting in shape for it. Some challenges I have. My left ankle, I was in a motorcycle crash. I shattered that about 15 years ago, and it was in many pieces, and they put it back together and put some screws in it, and you know, it just doesn't work as well as it should, and it's always a little stiff and painful, and so that's going to be a challenge. And my right knee is a little bit challenging to me. Sometimes I get little, you know, twinges of pains through it, and so I've got to take it easy on that knee. I do have some orthotics in my shoes. They're not custom, but hopefully they help. And I'll do a gear video, and we'll go over, there's my pack. We'll go over my gear, and I'll tell you what my base weight is, what my dry weight is, and when we get to the start of the trail, you know, I'll give you updates on both, you know, what my blood sugar levels are, how I'm taking care of my insulin, how I am, you know, managing the hike. And I figure I'm in good enough shape right now to start the trail slow. And I'm going to try to get in better shape here over the next 6 weeks, but I'm good enough to start, and if I can make it through that first month, I feel confident that I'm going all the way, baby. And so not only is it, you know, a lifelong dream from when I was 19, I hope also that I might be able to inspire those of you out there that have health issues and challenges, that you can do it. Where there's a way, there's a will, and if you think you can, you can. And there's so much of it that's the mental game. And so you can do it. If you would like to join me on my journey and follow along, and then subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you can be notified when I post new videos. I'll post them as regularly as I can along the trail. And 2022 is going to be awesome. So until my next video, which will be a gear video, peace out. This is a little bit of the trail that I'm out enjoying today. 55-degree weather, sunny, just beautiful. The trail's a little muddy in spots, so the bottom of my shoes are covered in mud, but what a great day to do a little training walk. I decided to turn around and hike up further. I'm going up the trail Tombstone, and it's a little muddy and snowy. Came from back there. There's the view. And heading that way. And shoes are pretty muddy.